Go.
Hi everybody, it's Paula Biger here. I'm in New Jersey. It's a gloomy day, but on days like this, my mom used to tell me, make your own sunshine. So that's what Jack and I have been doing today, making our own sunshine. And you know, we're getting excited because I'm gonna go fly tomorrow because it's kind of late in the day. You'll probably be seeing this tomorrow. It's 8 days till Christmas. How many people are excited that there's only 8 days before Christmas? If you're excited about Christmas, put a tree emoji down in the comments. Now, you know, as women, we wear a lot of hats, and I'm going to put on my natural healing hat, advocate hat today. But before I get into that, for people who don't know my story, I'm going to tell you the really quick story that I was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer. I was promised that chemo and radiation would shrink or completely dissolve the tumor. And when that didn't work, conventional doctors wanted to give me a life-changing permanent colostomy operation, and I decided to do my own research because the cancerous tumor was still there after the chemo and radiation. And so I was a little leery about doing this operation since the chemo and radiation didn't work. And when I did my own research, I was introduced to Dr. Mark James Bardis. I worked with him, I changed my lifestyle, I did treatments with him, and 20 months later, I was deemed by the conventional doctors cancer-free. And I forgot to bring my book, but I did write a book, Guided Cure, and in that book, I detail how I went from stage 3 colon cancer to cancer-free in 20 months. So what happened to me after that was, you know, I think my whole life I was always about choice, but I realized in the conventional medicine, I wasn't given a choice. It was chemo, radiation, and surgery. That was my only choice. So I want to talk to you a little bit about choices. And I'm going to get a little spiritual now, but come on, we all pray, right? And if you pray, I want you to do the little praying hands emoji down in the comments below. So when we're born, the Creator gifted us with free will. And that gave us the power of choice. And you know, throughout our lives, we have choices. And you know, one thing I learned when I was healing was how powerful our minds are and how powerful our thoughts are. And I was, you know, just think about it. Anytime you've ever tried to accomplish anything, or you did accomplish it and you achieved something, it first began with a thought, right? So the other thing that I learned, Louise Hay was introduced to me, and she has interesting thoughts about thought. And what she taught me about thought was that it's only a thought, and a thought can be changed, right? So I want you to hold on to this and stay with me here because I'm gonna come on to something very important. So, you know, a lot of us have racing minds and thoughts. Who out there has had a racing mind before? If you had, put one of those little thought emojis in the comments below because I want to talk to you about another doctor that I learned from, and his name is Dr. Bruce Lipton, and he talked about our emotional thoughts, and he gave a comparison between fear and love, and he's a scientist, and he proved that our emotional thoughts can change our DNA on a cellular level. That's amazing how powerful our thoughts really could be. So think about it. He did it with fear and love. And when you had the love emotion, your DNA got so powerful, it was healing. It put you in a healing situation. So think about unhappiness and joy. Which one do you think is going to put you in that healing situation? And the other thing is for unforgiveness and forgiveness. And that's what I really want to concentrate on right now, is because I feel if I didn't forgive everyone who ever hurt me, I don't think I would have been capable of healing the way I healed from the cancer. Now, Dr. Bardis, Louise Hay, and Dr. Bruce Lipton, you can Google them and, you know, find out all the kind of research you want on your own there, because I'm also a proponent of doing your own research. We're all unique and different, so we're all going to heal differently. So when I was introduced to Louise Hay, she had a recording called Cancer, Discovering Your Healing Power. And that recording was stock filled with healing techniques. And I think healing is important, and this is what we're going to talk about. And these techniques I use are in my book, Guided Cure. So if you've ever had to forgive anybody, I want you to put a little heart in the comments below, because I think we all throughout our life have people that we have to forgive, right? So I just want to talk a little bit about Luke in the Bible, because he was a physician, and Luke 17:4, what he says is, even if that person wrongs you 7 times in one day, if he turns again and asks for forgiveness, you must forgive. Now, it's not saying you should, and this was Jesus talking, it was just Luke's interpretation of it. He's not saying you should forgive, or it would be a nice idea to forgive. He's saying you must forgive. And he must have thought, Jesus must have thought it was important to forgive, because even when he taught us how to pray to our Father in the Lord's Prayer, there's a spot about forgiveness in there. And then the ultimate, when he dies on the cross, one of the last things he says is, Father, forgive them. And so now, and like I said, I feel like my forgiving heart helped me heal. And there's scientific proof now, and even the Bible tells us to do it. So, we're coming across Christmas time now. We're in that joyous season of Christmas, and we're going to be surrounded by family around the table. And I want you to go there with a forgiving heart, because, the devil is out there trying to hurt families all the time. So if, there's an uncle you can't stand, or somebody in your family who's hurt you, go there with a forgiving heart, because you don't want to ruin your holidays with an unforgiving heart. And just think about that little baby that's in the manger. He was born here to forgive us so that we could have eternal life. I mean, such a gift. And so forgiveness is a gift too. To you, it's a gift. So I want us to consciously and thoughtfully go into 2019 with a forgiving heart, and even better, a joyous, loving, forgiving heart. Because my daughter teased me, because those, I thought they were called memes, and she told me they're called memes. And there's one out there that says you can eat all the kale, you can drink all the juice, you can take all the supplements, you can do yoga, and I do all those things. But if you don't have a forgiving heart, and if your mind's not clear and willing to forgive and love and live joyfully, you're not going to be healthy. So all I can say to you is, it's not what happens to you, it's what you do with what happens to you. And if you do it with a joyful, loving, and forgiving heart, it's going to be better. So if this helped you, and you think it will help somebody else who might need to forgive somebody, share it, write to like a private message to them. And if you want to know more about natural healing, like Guided Cure, GUIDEDCURE, or Let There Be Health. I hope this has been helpful. Talk to you soon. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.